Everybody, hello, and we are back with what could be breaking news, but it might not be breaking news. We trying to figure it out ourselves, child. We don't fucking know. Because we're waiting to see if any of this is real. Now, there's speculation out there, people. It's speculation. Because we all saw this today from Kamala HQ. And people have gone wild with speculation. Do we think that this is an announcement for a comeback? I want to know what your honest thoughts are because I have honest thoughts to share too. But we'll open the floor for you guys to share first. What do you think?
I don't know that I don't think it's president. So most people are speculating or hoping that it is like she's running for president. I don't think that's the case. But I also don't know what else she could possibly be doing.
Right. What else is there to do?
Well, she could be doing something for the midterm. She could be announcing some kind of initiative or something of another. There is receipts from her PAC that she spent a lot of money in December doing like some kind of production. So we will see what that equates to. So
okay, so it might be a film. It could be a documentary. It could be, so we got some people out here saying some stuff. Now Miriam say, bitch, I'm not staying with you motherfuckers long. Girl, we're not staying long either. Kenny got a pack. Kenny has made a last minute decision to come to Atlanta, although he was invited several weeks ago. But as long as he's coming, so I'm glad and excited about that. But he over there washing clothes, packing bags, ironing hair, and all that shit.
Ironing hair.
Ironing, we got the hot comb on, bitch. So we gonna be rapping. He said we got 30 minutes. And I said 30 minutes. And so advocacy say, you think it's a full listening tour. I think that would be wise. I think that would be a good idea. I think that could go as well. Kenny, do you know anything that we don't know?
I don't know shit, child. I'm just out of the loop as everybody else. Everybody say, well, you got her number, call her. I wish I did. That ain't me. I think that's Reese who got her number. So as far as what I think is happening, we talked about a little bit last episode where I know that Kamala has been, combing the South, especially making herself visible, especially touching and seeing, Black voters. I mean, she's been around. She went to Tennessee and she went to the Black History Museum there. She stood where Martin Luther King was murdered. She literally has been in and out of our community. So she's been seen. She's not just showing up, only when election is here. She's actually showing up. So we'll see what she's doing. I don't know what the goal is. I do know that she wind up canceling a lot of her tour. I don't know if it's because of or rescheduling her tour to April because maybe this. Who knows? I don't know. The speculation is whatever she decides to do, y'all already know I'm 100% down for the cause. Okay. If she decides to run for office, any office, I support it. If she's just deciding early, Trump decided in 2022 to announce his candidacy early. So who knows? Who really fucking knows? We won't know until tomorrow, ho.
Maybe. It said tomorrow on the website. I hope that's what we get tomorrow. I hope it's real. Tiff, what do you think?
I don't know. I think we just gotta wait and see. There's again, it could be a show, it could be a tour, it could be some kind of initiative for midterms. She could be. I don't know what else she could run for. I mean, it would only be president. I mean, people were speculating, oh, maybe she'd run for California governor. That shit don't make no sense.
Yeah, he said the deadline has passed, right?
I think the deadline. March 6th. Me and Jose looked that up because we got him a phone, and I was like, no, March 6th, not February.
Oh, March 6th, okay.
So it is a possibility, but it just seems like not the logical thing to do considering, but anything is possible because no one is really leading in that race, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right for her to do that, but no, anything is possible. So it could be anything, but the clues were very Trumpian in what they were saying. So Jose figured out the one where they were saying like the babysitter. Apparently that came from a post on Instagram or comment on Instagram. And that's related to Trump. The Project 2225 is real.
Yeah.
And Yeah, and she said another one was headquarters. So maybe she's launching something that we don't understand.
Kamala HQ was created when she ran for president. So I don't want to be running for anything else.
She
I don't want
deserves.
anything
She
else.
needs to be in executive position. Okay, that's what she needs to be. I mean, she is a great leader, and I mean, most of us haven't had any real excitement or faith since Kamala Harris was, at the top of the ticket. I just don't feel like we had enough time to do what we needed to do. But now that people are suffering a little, maybe they might listen. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Anything is possible. The thing with Kamala, she's
smart.
Yeah, she's smart, and she kind of understands what's going on, where we're at in this climate, where kind of this is the time people are in a place where they need some, they need faith, they need hope, they need something. So anything is possible for what she's trying to do, and I'm sure whatever she's doing, she has thought it out very carefully and understands the gravity of what she is trying to do. So I am looking forward to see. I like it because we have a little bit of speculation of like we're just all like kind of
gives us one day of excitement. Right.
And it gets us away from kind of like the drama. You know what I mean? Like it pivoted. I said in my post to Kenny's video, which was hilarious when he's singing. But I said, the past few days they've been summoning, Kamala, K-Hive, talking about Kamala nonstop. So it feels like they kind of like effed around and found out, you know what I mean? Because
they summoned us. You keep going, where is Kamala? What's going on with these K-Hivers? They're so toxic.
They're obsessed with us. So we may have, brought her back and resurrected Kamala HQ to deal with a couple things.
So my hope is that this is real, that I hope that she's announcing. I think it was a great comment made. It's too early to run. I kind of agree with that on one hand of it. But the reality is, Trump never went away. He never stopped. He took breaks, but the specter of Trump over the 2024 election was always there. And I think that there are some lessons to learn from how he campaigned and how he was able to solidify himself as a nominee that cleared the field that would be advantageous to former Vice VP Harris to kind of do the same thing. I don't mind that. I don't mind her scaring out some of the people. They need to realize and know that they're not up to par, that they're not at the caliber of being president or even running against Kamala Harris. They need to know that now and get the fuck out the way. Because it's too many mediocre people thinking they have a chance, and it's too many bullshit press people who want to give them time, air, and attention, and all it's doing is raising my motherfucking blood pressure. And I'm at an age where my blood pressure needs to be goddamn as solid and stable as motherfucking possible. So I want this to be real. I want her analysis. Go ahead and clear the field and let everybody get to work and kind of come together with one common leader who has one common message for us to go forward. That's a big part of the problem right now is we don't have a leader. There is no clear leader who has a clear message, and they just don't, and I hate to say, again, everyone fucking knows that I am Team Akeem, and I'm not going to say anything negative or disparaging, but I'm disappointed that we had 17. Was it 17 or 21?
21.
It was 21 Democrats in the House that voted to continue to fund ICE, to continue to fund ICE, increase funding for ICE. That to me is a major concern.
2 weeks. It's 10 days really, because it'll be until
I get it. But again, Republicans are lockstep in what they're doing up until finally we have the fractures that Hakeem helped make happen with the Epstein files, right? The decision to press hard on that and to not let it go did lead to some Republican detractors, has pushed Republicans out of Congress. That's great. But Democrats, while they fracture, we can't fracture. We've got to remain tough. Mm-hmm. And he and Debbie Dingle got to get out her ass with them votes. They have got to maintain and keep control of that body because that has been our strength in this moment. And so once people see they can deviate and care about themselves as opposed to caring about the bigger picture, you can't rein those types of people back in. Mm. When you're in a battleground district, when you're in a purple state, and you go rogue and your constituents praise that, your local press is paid to praise that, you don't come back to the fold. And that's what I don't want to see happen. We got to be careful with that.
Yeah, but I think there was some people that voted that kind of surprised me, like Jim Clyburn. he was like, I need this money for my district, and I'm voting for this. So there was different reasons why people chose to vote. It's only until next week.
It's same for Stanford Bishop in Georgia. And I don't know. Somebody said David Scott voted yes for ice, but he probably thought he was voting for ice cream.
Probably. Yeah.
That's what somebody said.
My old
somebody said in the group chat. I'm not trying to leak the group chats, but somebody in the group chat said that motherfucker's so sick and delirious, he thought he was voting for ice cream.
He probably did. Who knows?
And who knows who said that? So this week, people have been looking everywhere for a hero, but bitch, Don Lemon had one. This image has gone viral. Now, I'm going to use this anytime a white person, male or female, stands up to defend me on social media. If you are in the comments defending me, I have decided I'm going to use this this is representative of white allyship. Now, I'm not saying this is representing white allyship in real life, because I don't know that motherfucker. I don't know his politics. I don't know what the fuck he believes. But I'm going to use it for that purpose.
Look, he is the perfect definition of stand by your man. Okay, he was standing by Don Lemon. He was giving everything he needed to give, child. This is the situation. This is what I want Danny to do for me when I'm arrested. When I go outside.
Say this.
No, yes. I'm serious. I'm gonna need Danny to give me this type of energy for whenever I decide to step outside, and if I'm somehow arrested and he posts my bail, I'm gonna need him right there, holding me down. Okay. But one thing, it shouldn't never even happen to begin with. Just like we're literally going through this shit again, even though we've already lived through this, and I'm gonna keep repeating what the fuck I said. Back in 2020, we literally saw a whole reporter, a black man, be arrested on camera in Minneapolis, by the way, in 2020.
Yeah.
They were infringing on the First Amendment then. Why would we put ourselves back in this situation? I'm just trying to figure out, like, what were they thinking about? Why were they allowing this ignorance to happen? Did they think that, and I'm also going to hold journalists accountable as well. They didn't take this election seriously.
I agree.
They held Kamala Harris to a whole different standard than they did with Donald Trump. She had to be flawless while that man got to be lawless. They played in our face. They kept moving the goalposts, kept talking about, well, Kamala Harris, what's your policies? I just stated my policies. They're also on my website. She's not talking of substance. She has no plan. But Donald Trump saying I got constants of a plan. Like, everything leads back to the media. And the reason why Kamala wasn't able to resonate or fully break through is because the media did us a disservice by not actually putting the information correctly out there. But this is just, sometimes you reap what you sow. So I do feel bad for Don Lemon in certain instances, but at the same time, they should have done better reporting on what was really going on.
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise, be in the situation.
I mean, so you're saying he should have did a better job in the lead up to this election?
I believe that he did not do a good job with the lead up of his election. I saw him interview a lot of ignorant people and not correct things. Like when they were saying certain questions about Kamala Harris or her record, her locking up brothers, he didn't correct the record. He didn't even fact check. When they said that she doesn't have any policies, he didn't talk about her policies at all. I mean, I kept seeing him interview, and he was doing those videos over and over again, and it was always the most salacious bullshit. So I'm like, well, sorry. But I'm sorry, not sorry. That's just the facts. Y'all could be upset with it. I do stand with Don Lemon. I don't think he should have been arrested. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and rewrite history as if I didn't see that shit happening. I still have a lot of those videos saved on my phone for receipts.
I mean, he did. Don Lemon was fired by the election. But I think the point is there was a lot of times Don Lemon was both sides in issues. That Don Lemon was being palatable to as many groups as possible. And I mean, he was working for CNN. I get it. And again,
no. I'm talking about when he was fired. Remember, he did the Don Lemon stuff, the independent stuff during the election. He was literally interviewing people.
I wasn't watching none of that. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I wasn't watching
No,
none of
I
that
was
shit.
watching all of it. So when he first started his full
I,
independent thing, because remember he did it around the DNC. I was supposed to jump
no,
on
I
his
was.
live.
I know I wasn't watching. I was not watching it because let me just tell you, I was never a fan. I wasn't. I wasn't a
I'm
fan
a
like that.
fan, but I wanted more. I just feel like at some point, if we're going to talk about it, because people don't know, and if somebody comes to me and asks me a question or they put out an accusation, I'm like more like a Roland Martin. I don't allow a lie to stand. Roland
Yeah,
Martin will give
that's
you
right.
the most unbiased, but fact check
Yeah,
immediately. And that's the type of reporting and that's the type of journalism that
that's
I
right.
like.
I'm a
But that's
I
not for
yeah,
everyone.
I too am of course I'm a Roland Martin fan. But and again, when I say I'm not, yeah, I'm sorry. Listen, I have seen episodes of Don Lemon's show where he was both sides and issues. And there's no room for that in my world. My time is precious, my television viewing is limited. And I don't fuck around with that shit. And and I hate to say, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, people. One bad take can fuck you up for life when you in the media. I'm sorry. One bad take, Joanne Reed can fuck you up for life.
She could definitely
It's
go
hard
for
for me to forgive your ass. I'm sorry.
No, I'm with y'all. Like I like Don. Like I've always liked Don. Like he has pissed me off many a times. Like the time that he really pissed me off was when with that FBA bullshit back in the day, and that shit really sent me when he was like, "Oh, Jamaicans are not black," blah 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 blah, and that's when
Yeah, he was questioning Kamala Harris's blackness. I
Yes,
remember. I
man.
cussed him out about it.
pissed me off. So I always had a side eye for him. I feel like once he came out of like the CNN bullshit, like the corporate media thing, that started to see a little bit of a shift in how he talked. Because then it's like something like, I don't know, somebody slapped him over the head and was like, "Don, you need to get your shit together." So he has gotten better, but again, none of these people are perfect. None of these people are they're all complicit in their own kind of way into how we got into this position. And remember, Don Lemon was fired after he said something about what was the woman that came on the show that they didn't like the way he
said something about her not being a spring chicken or something like that.
Right. It was Nikki Haley. It was Nikki Haley, and then it was also the Vivek thing where he had that confrontation with Vivek. And that's how he ended up getting fired a couple, days later or whatever. He ended up getting. So he has had he had to have a come to Jesus with himself, and now he is where he is, and he is trying to do the right thing by reporting and saying things and being in the right place at the right time. But also at the same time, I don't trust him. So it's all.
Magnificent Mark, I'm sorry, but this Magnificent Mark that came with the magnificent motherfucking word. Mark, you said it, I didn't, but baby, I think we all know it. Now that's it. That's the motherfucking truth right there. I hate to say it.
I agree.
You can't trip Roland Martin. And this is not a Roland Martin fan club day, but God, you can't really trip up a Roland Martin. You can't really trip up a Tiffany Cross. But Don Lemon,
I agree with that.
I feel like he tries to make sure that because I feel like maybe during the election, and I'll play devil's advocate based off of what Tiff was saying. I do believe that he was still trying to get into I guess, reprogram his mind and how he reports things from CNN. I mean, he was, when you're on there for so long, CNN, you can't be biased. CNN, we have to play both sides. CNN. So when he just started jumping into his own independent journalism, it took him a minute to get used to being able to really voice his opinion because he's used to not being able to have one. He's used to, let me put out the facts and y'all make your decision.
Well, listen, kid, I get that, but I mean, okay, let's not pretend like I was an editor of my college newspaper. Let's not pretend like I didn't minor in journalism my damn self. So I get that, but at the same time, the stakes in some cases become a little bit too high. And again, I swear to God, I'm not trying to be like the Roland Martin fan club today, but listen, people, Roland Martin sacrificed his career in broadcast journalism to do the work and serve his people. He did. And he sacrificed a lot. And what did we do as a result of that? We fucking dug in our pockets. We give money. We cash app and Zelle that motherfucker for good damn work that he do. And I also want to say, and again, I don't have a personal relationship with Roland, but I will say that Roland it gives Black journalists and Black independent content creators opportunities that I've never seen other people like Don or other people extend that hand out to. They're going for big names. They're going for people that have big platforms that they can benefit from. They're not going to other people that are smaller platforms than they are to give them a hand up or a leg up. That makes a difference. I think that also says a lot. That's just, but I'm not trying to compare the two. That's not the point of this. The point of this was that Don Lemon's man stood in the gap when Nicki Minaj called him a cocksucker.
Child, so what did you think about the comments? Because I'm so indifferent. Obviously,
I want to very briefly now. They said Midas Touch. Now you know Midas Touch ain't what black person you done seen on Midas Touch?
Midas mayonnaise you talking about?
You tell me that y'all love a Midas Touch. Now my black ass is out here going to I'm going to a motherfucking studio. I'm paying money to talk about issues that impact the black, the browns, and the goddamn gays. And that motherfucking shit cracking 47 views. I'm spending what that white lady say? Big bucks, big bang, motherfucking big bang. And y'all running behind Midas Touch when all they do is rage bait and make a big ass, like, oh my God, breaking with Donald Trump crushed Donald Trump.
They do great, excellent work. It's just that we don't have.
They do a lot of rage baiting, and that's okay. That is okay. I actually watch almost every episode, but I know the tricks of the trade. I know rage bait when I see it. I know hyperbole and all that. And that's not. And again, that's what you do on YouTube to get the clicks and the views. But my question is, when have you seen a black person on that platform? Because that platform makes millions upon millions of dollars. So what's one black creator that they've had on there? They gave Adam Mockler a platform. They gave Keith Edwards a platform. But where are the blacks?
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never watched Midas Touch a day. I've watched
a little bit of their stuff. I've watched a little bit. I've been interviewed by Midas Touch, but I will say this for some odd reason, and this it's not really Midas Touch that we should be worried about. It should be the viewers.
We know.
The question is holding people accountable. Is when you literally ask yourself, why is nobody talking about something from a POC point of view? The problem is you're not platforming us. The problem is you can't be upset when they don't talk about certain issues and things that matter to you when you won't allow somebody who looks like you to be able to be the voice of you. That's the problem. I'm going to need us to start literally, propping up the real content creators that have the voice, that have the wherewithal to be able to talk about these topics in a way that's going to be able to reach a larger audience, but that also is 100% authentic.
And here, in full transparency, Kenny and I we know the Midas Touch people. We are in rooms with these people. We will be in rooms with them I'm going to see them Wednesday of next week. So, I'll see them Wednesday, and then we'll see them again at State of the Union. I have told them and expressed my concerns about them not having black people. And, they made a joke. Why don't you want to be on it? No, not me. No, I'm not for your platform. And hopefully they will put a black person on their platform and give them a nice salary and a good platform. I gave them a recommendation and I hope they go with it. But still, they're overdue. Now, somebody also brought up a really good point. I was okay, thank you. Contessa also said, well, what's the difference between being front-facing and rage baiting? It's a huge difference. Like, I'm going to go right to a page very briefly. Here it is. Bombshell. I'm not saying who this page is because this is my friend in real life. Or someone I love and respect. But the first thing I open on my phone, it says on my YouTube, Bombshell. Trump makes shocking confession. What the fuck? Everything this nigga say is shocking. And, the Senate Democrats destroy Trump. They destroy shit with their careers. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about on these headlines that these people are putting out there that's just wasting your time. That to me is just like AI slop. I call it's YouTube slop. Same shit.
But that's not what gets people engaged. Again, it goes right back to the viewers. I mean, if we're gonna hold people accountable, you guys got to stop falling for it. I mean, if y'all want something substantive, you have to start looking for it. But the problem is when you start clicking on these rage bait things, you're gonna see nothing but your algorithm be geared to get constantly bringing that on your For You page, on your timeline. So at the same time, Y'all gotta know when y'all tired. I'm tired of when I click on white content creators and they waste my time, and I don't watch the whole fucking video for the whole damn 10 minutes. Ain't nothing happened. I got no new information, just nothing. Wasted my damn time.
It's a waste of time. And you know, that's one thing. That's one thing I'm really focused on now that TikTok has come to an end, is only making content that adds value. Like, it has to add real substantive value in order for me to do it. Like, it has to. Kenny, you represent the Barbs, or the former Barbs, right? In the same
Girl,
way that
I was never a Barb. I was a Nikki.
it's the same way that Don Lemon represents the former Republicans. You represent the former Barb. Where are you? What's happening here, Kenny?
Child, I honestly don't know what the fuck she's doing. But, you know, as I sit here and I ponder, you know, there must be something Nikki sees that we don't damn see. And, you know, I'm only saying this in the mere fact that she's willing to throw away her career. She's willing to throw away her fan base, the people who actually put her in the position that she's in, be able to give her or garner, because she got another album that's coming out literally in like a month or 2 months from now.
What I think today they said she's canceling the album.
Well, good,
It may not be
because nobody's buying it, bitch. So go ahead and cancel that.
Supposedly the album's coming out on the same day as, what's the little boys? Dun 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 dynamite dun dun dun.
Child,
Koreans. Oh, K-pop.
Yeah, I know the motherfucker.
BTS. BTS.
Oh yeah, BTS. Yeah.
Okay. So
did I not sound like BTS? Did it not sound like the song? Dun, dun,
no.
Dun, dun,
and then again, I don't really listen to their music, unfortunately. But I'm more of a J-pop fan, not K-pop. So
what's
you know,
J-pop?
It's Japanese pop. I listen to like Perfume and stuff like that. So I mean, they're a band. It's a girl band. But either way, I think what Nikki's doing is she's really going for herself. She said, gung ho, fuck it. I feel like I have enough money. I don't need this. I don't need that. I'm gonna go ahead and go for me and mine. My four and no more.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate. But what do you expect? Because Nikki should have been canceled a long time ago, and we allowed her to get away with so much shit from the mere fact that she lied about also supporting her brother, who had been arrested and charged for sexually assaulting his stepniece or stepdaughter. And also marrying somebody who's a former sex offender and somebody who literally went to jail for manslaughter. Also being the fact that she wrote music with other sex offenders like a Tekashi 6ix9ine. Being the fact that she made fun of Megan Thee Stallion being shot and also talked about her lying on her dead mother and calling that girl Bigfoot because she had pellets of gun residue within her feet. There are so many things that we could have canceled Nicki Minaj on, but we allowed it to continue because apparently she's the queen of rap. Well, it seems like she's the queen of rape because those are the people that she has around her. And I'm just sick of it. We cannot continue to prop up people because we believe that they make good music. There's got to be a way for you to be able to separate the art from the artist. And I understand, particularly in our community, where some of the gays believe, well, she was the reason why she saved my life. She gave me a voice. She made me feel seen. She made me feel cunt. She made me feel queen. No. Y'all need to stop living vicariously through her and go seek some counseling and realize what internal issues you have. Because you're not her, she's not your mother. I know you think that you're her son, but you're not.
So, can I ask you a question? Like, what could make you feel cunt, Tiffany?
What could make me?
Yeah, what could make you feel cunt?
Not much.
What? So there's got to be one artist that just does it for you, that makes you like, girl, this is my shit. What's the song that you play?
Well, we know that.
I mean, definitely Cardi would
okay, then there you go. She makes you feel cunt. That's when you feel,
what Bodega Baddie? What song?
But definitely Bodega Baddie.
Yeah, Bodega
Baddie. You put that Bodega Baddie.
When Tiffany saw Cardi B, when you look at her performance from Saturday Night Live, and she was doing Bodega Baddie, that made you feel like cunt. And so, Tina Turner forever. Okay, look, y'all drop in the comments, what is it that makes you feel cunt? Like, Because I think that was, I'm like, Kitty, what? And I was like, okay, let me tell you what, my brain, this is where this is coming from. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, is there anything on earth that could make me feel cunt? And then I was
Megan Thee Stallion.
Right,
look.
yes. No, yeah, that's what I said. A Megan Thee Stallion, when she is a Megan Thee Stallion freestyle would do it every time. So Prince, I love it. I agree. Prince, I think Prince make everybody feel that way. I agree with Prince too. Like Prince just make you feel on the inside. You know who else makes some people feel on the inside? Obviously, there are a lot of these damn Democrats out there, specifically white ones, who feel some kind of way when they see this motherfucking James Carville. That motherfucker right there is cunt. He is serving it, bitch, right there.
He is serving Crypt Keeper, not cunt.
Yes.
Crypt
Keeper. He is serving William Brimley's peaches and cream oatmeal, motherfuckers.
Sick of these motherfuckers right here.
Do we have the clip of what he said about?
I do not have the clip, Kenny. I did not have. I was like, we only got 30 minutes. I don't want to waste it with any. So I didn't even see it. What did he do?
So he was on a podcast and he was talking about we need the two whitest men at the top of the ticket. Some two white men that can go to South Carolina to a fish fry and make black people hum and sweat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This son of a bitch.
This motherfucker said hum and sweat. And I got so much shit this morning because I said that James Carville, nothing surprised me about anything he says. Because he looks racist. Does he not look like in a past life that he was a colonel for the Confederacy and he died in Gettysburg? Or he owned slaves in a past life and he had a black woman in the kitchen frying him to chicken. Does he not give all of the things? It's in the cheekbones. Look at the sunken eyes. He just looks like a former Confederate. It is what it is. Maybe it's from the Creole, maybe it's the Louisiana background. I'm not necessarily sure. Maybe he might be related to Madame Delphine Lalaurie. Maybe he might be I don't know. But the man has been giving me racist for a very long time, and people keep holding on to, well, he was right about the Clintons 30 fucking years ago before my ass was even thought of, before I was motherfucking born. His ass been wrong ever since. So y'all gonna keep giving this man more and more and more because he got it right one motherfucking time? Or if this was a black person who's been wrong this many times, y'all would have threw his ass in the motherfucking trash. But because it's James Carville, old salty himself, he can keep getting the benefit of the doubt and keep getting invited into the rooms and asked about his expertise, even though he ain't nothing but a piece of shit.
Well,
the world has changed. The world has changed. It's not his time. His era has come and gone. I'm so tired of of MSNBC and CNN keeping him relevant and keeping him out there. It's definitely time. It's time. His time has come and gone. I'm not a fan. I do not like this man. And he disgusts me. And so he can continue and all of that. But is there a white man that can make you sweat and hum, Kenny?
Hum and sway? There's no white man in the world. My question is, when the last time black folks then came together at a fish fry and we sang "We Shall Overcome"? This is not even a microaggression. This is macro like a motherfucker. I have never hum and sway. They ain't even trying to be, they're not even, child, they ain't hiding shit no more. They just saying, fuck it. Black folks just gonna fall in line. The problem is they think that because we have so much on the line that we're just gonna fall in line because, we have the most, at stake. We're gonna be the most people that's gonna be affected. So black people are gonna show up regardless. They don't feel like they need to cater to us. They don't feel like they need to worry about policies that affect us. No matter what the fuck happens, at the end of the day, they think that we're useful tools to get what the fuck they want.
To get what
they want every time.
That's a great, Kenny. That's a profound statement. Is that they see black people as a useful tool to be used to get what they want, and then put back in the shed until the next election comes around. I think that's really powerful. Tiffany, is there a white man that can make you hum and sweat? Sway?
Since I'm a political girl, Scandal was my show. So President, this was my guy. Like he could get it. He could definitely get it. Don't tell Phil, but he could get it. That's my guy.
I'm
But
talking about a real candidate, though. Now I ain't talking about Fitz.
oh, like a real candidate?
A
No.
real person. We talking about what white man can make you hum and sway. It's not Gavin Newsom for me,
Yes.
even though I know that's y'all's. That something about him.
There is
Crazy
literally no political man, white man, that could make this pussy get wet in no kind of motherfucking way. Okay, they all are ugly and they all make me sick. So
Not Ossoff.
no, he's bland as can be.
I think he's highly attractive, and if I was ever going to go that way, it would be Ossoff. But I already know who makes her hum and sway, and that's Westmore. That's our governor over here.
Kenny,
child.
Governor Moore.
Shut up.
Well, I'm still waiting for my hum and my sway, but it seems as though the people in Tarrant County, Texas, did indeed have some humming and some swaying this past week as a Democrat wins and flips a Republican seat in the Texas legislature. And people are, really surprised by this. Do we think this is a good sign of things to come, or do we think that it's like, it's not that big of a deal?
Well, I haven't looked at the voter turnout, so if we have some data on that, then I might be able
to. The data.
A lot of the Republicans stayed home.
Yeah, it was a low turnout. A lot of Latinos basically flipped over, some independent. I mean, it was
the Latinos determined this. They made it happen.
They determined this, and I think that is kind of in Texas. I mean, they are a large portion of the
second largest voting
body. They are the majority.
They are the people that need to be attracted. Also, the person that this man was running against was a crazy MAGA lunatic who had been in the school system, who people felt that she was a horrible person, and so he did his job. He went out there, he appealed to the voters, and he won, and that's awesome. Was that carry over to every district? I don't know, but I just thought that the way people were framing this race when it happened, it's amazing that he won. But then I started seeing people saying stupid shit like, look at the way he looks. This is the kind of person we need to win. Like, this is the kind of shit that irks me with conversations.
Very ignorant racist shit.
Yeah, it's just very like it's just too much. And it just frustrates. Like, he has a beard. Okay, who gives a fuck if he has a beard? These people voted for him because that bitch was crazy. Okay, that's what they voted for him. Like, it's just frustrating to watch and listen to the shit that these people are saying. And I think this whole week we've been fighting with people nonstop and kind of just talking through Texas. And yes, Latinos will determine the race. I've said that from the very beginning in the Senate race. That will be the determining factor in this. And that's just what it is. It's Texas. And unfortunately, whatever happens in a month from now, we'll see. But people are doing the most, and they're pissing me the fuck off.
I will say this. I'm glad that you brought up that Latinos will determine this. But one thing I will say, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, when it comes to Jasmine Crockett, she has more Latino women support, which is very important for her to be able to carry this on home. And I'm gonna need everybody to settle down, particularly people who look like us. And again, I understand that people were highly disappointed in 2024. However, we cannot believe or give up on ourselves because we believe that all vanilla white superior is the only way that we're going to win or carry it across the finish line. We have to start believing in ourselves, because once we remove ourselves from the equation, there's going to be no one in that room that's going to be able to advocate for the things that we need.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep it there.
We have got to win. We have got to win. We've got to win the House. We've got to fight and flip the Senate. I know it's hard, but we have to. When the Supreme Court repeals the final vestige of the Voting Rights Act, they're going to take away all the Black political power that exists in this country. Is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. So the Black vote, there won't be any more Black vote. There's no more Black voting power once they take away the last vestige of the Voting Rights Act, because all of the illegal games they play will now be legal. All of the ability to challenge the maps that carve out and dilute the Black vote however they want to will be gone. They can only take subdivisions and split the subdivision in half to keep Black people from having their due representation. And the only way of combating that will be through acts of Congress, like passing the John Lewis Voting Rights Act that outlaws gerrymandering. So we will have to win the House, flip the fucking Senate, and then take back the White House in 2028 so that we can continue to be represented in this country. And there are people who don't understand, young people especially. Slavery was nothing but a law that was passed and put on the motherfucking books. That's all it was. They could put a law right back on the motherfucking books and do the same shit all over a fucking again. It's just that simple. And people don't understand that. They don't comprehend how easy it is to take away someone's personhood. And they're already exploring this and experimenting it with the constitutional rights given to migrants in this country, because they have rights guaranteed to them too by our Constitution, by their protected legal status of being here. Yet it's not being honored. 730 plus American citizens have been detained by ICE. Their constitutional rights have been violated, yet there's no due process for them. There's no prosecution of those who violated the rights, because those violating rights are the people that should be protecting those rights, the DOJ. We've got to win. And so, yeah, we've got to do whatever we can do to get the right candidate, the most prepared candidate, the most likely to win candidate, Jasmine Crockett, in that seat, and then go hard once she's there. And
because this is the situation, because if we're talking about that, if they continue the way that they're going and keep insulting Black voters, particularly Black people, and their intelligence, and also playing these tiptoe games when it comes to racism, you're going to get Black. Don't worry about, am I going to win the primary? Worry about if Black people are even going to show up.
That's right. That's
what's happening is you're turning us off. And y'all sitting here thinking that Black people won't sit on their ass. Yes, the fuck they will.
Well, they've been sitting on that ass for a couple times, and they should step right. And I'm all about staying on it. This is a good point, and we got to go because I know Kenny got to pay. I promised him no more than 30 minutes. We're at 42 minutes. Where's our Thurgood Marshall? I want to say that Ketanji Brown Jackson is our Thurgood Marshall and has done a lot. Here's the difference. You got to understand, it wasn't a Thurgood Marshall court. It was a William Rehnquist court, right? Wasn't he the Chief Justice at that time frame? And it was an exceptionally liberal court. The whole court was liberal. In the way that we have a 6-3 split, for conservatives, it was a 6-3 split then. And it held for a long time until fucking Nixon got in there and made it conservative again. So that's the difference. It's not about one justice. It's about the balance of power on that court. Ketanji is absolutely holding down that seat and representing for the ancestors very, very, very well. And so with that being said, that's it. That's all we have on tonight's agenda. Kenny is coming to Atlanta.
Yep, I'll see you soon.
No, baby. Let me tell you. You're saying when he was an attorney. Baby, listen. There is no winning any lawsuits before the Supreme Court. Because these are a different type of racist, baby. This is a different type of racist. The racists that Thurgood Marshall and the NAACP stood before and argued against were beholden nonetheless to the Constitution. And they were like, we'll get them another way. But when it came down to the letter of the law and the Bible they put their hands on, those people back in those days, they believed that shit. But Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, Scalia, Thomas, they don't believe in that.
They worship money. They don't worship God.
They worship money. Say it again, Kenny.
They worship money, not God. And y'all have to understand that. Okay? They swore their oath on we trust, not on the Bible. Okay?
Right. And so, yeah, and I said those were racist too. But I believe that their religious convictions and their commitment to the Constitution trumped that racism then. But these people that we have now, you can't shame the shameless. It's a totally different type of white supremacist that sits on this Supreme Court. And again, I think, because you got to look at, I think that we had racist but I don't know if we back then had true Nazis. I don't think they were. There was a time when Nazism was deplorable to white people in America.
They had
And
morals back then, a little bit of morals.
But that day has come and passed. That day has come and passed. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for the coffee and the cinnamon roll. Catch my whip. We appreciate it. And we will see everybody back next week. Well, week after next, because this week is Senate Day. But we'll have some great content for you nonetheless.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.